Hey everybody, so this channel is just about everything about a guitar. So today what I want to talk about is when you have a student, or maybe you are a student and you're just first learning how to play guitar. So things have improved for people who take guitar lessons. We've got things like School of Rock now. When I started teaching, we didn't have that kind of stuff around. And so one thing that I always felt made me different than most guitar teachers back then was that right away I would try and teach students how to play songs that they liked. And the point of that was that's why we learn to play the instrument, right? We don't learn to do it to do scales and things like that. I mean, ultimately the goal is always to play a little bit of music, and then really quickly, like within the first month or two of lessons, I'd tell them, bring me tapes of things that you like to play. And I would transcribe whatever songs they were into, and kind of kept me current on stuff. Like kids would bring me Metallica or whatever, and I would adjust it to their skill level, but then show them that you can play these things on your guitar. And it was frustrating for me when I learned, because it was like the things that I played on my guitar never sounded like the bands that I really liked, and it was because I didn't know how to play them right, and I didn't have anybody to show me. And then every once in a while somebody would show me how to actually play a real thing, and it was just exciting. Like, holy cow, I can actually play the guitar. So take it easy on me. I'm still recovering from surgery. Half of my hand is still numb, but what I'm going to show you doesn't require a lot of coordination or ability, and it's really something you can teach a student on day number one. Or if you're trying to learn to play guitar, you can just pick up a guitar and do this right away. So what I would do is on the first day of lessons, I'd show students this, and then I would get them started in the method books, which are not really that great. And then eventually I got rid of like the jazz method books, and I'd start people in classical method books, which would give them left hand and then teach them some coordination on the right hand, and then they could kind of determine their path going forward. That's getting off topic. So what am I talking about here? I'm talking about like a 12-bar blues shuffle, 12-bar blues pattern. So let me adjust my camera a little bit so I get the guitar, and we'll get going on it. All right, so can you see me? I hope you can. Here we go. I've got my guitar. Again, have pity on me. My hand isn't working. Change the angle on this just a little bit. There we go. So here's what I would show kids is, so you've got 6 strings on a guitar. For whatever reason, they've numbered them with this being your string number 1, not the string closest to you, and then this is string number 6. So when I talk about these numbers, this is string 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These days, if you want to tune your guitar, there are apps for your iPhone and all kinds of videos. So I'm not going to go into tuning it, but also the first thing I would do is tune the kid's guitar. During all my years of teaching, I broke one string, and I probably should have had the kid buy the string, but I felt like it was my fault because I was tuning the guitar, and I bought the kid a new string, which probably shouldn't have, because I was really broke. But I would tune the kids' guitars for the first couple lessons, and then they'd have to tune them themselves. All right, so what I would tell people to do here's what we're going to do. I'll run through it one time first, and it's this. When you're starting off, don't worry about left hand. There's a lot of ways to do this left hand. Ultimately, you'd want to be like freer, hand over the sound hole, or palm mute this thing. So, and this would be the way I play it. Don't give the kid too much to worry about on day one, okay? Let him just pick this out, him or her, pick this out any way they can. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to play the 5th string just open. That's it, just the 5th string all by itself. And then these things, you tell the student, these are called frets. When I say I want you to play the 1st fret, it means put your finger maybe right before the 1st fret. So see if we can show you. So that's 1st fret. This would be 2nd fret here. So, and I would let them put their 1st finger there. This is called 2nd position on the guitar, because This would be first position. You move it up. Now you're in second position. So what we're going to play here is the open A string string number 5, this guy, and then the one next to it where you fret it with your finger. And the two of them play the 1st and the 5th, so it's like a chord. All right, so go ahead and get them used to doing that, and you can run them through the chord progression with it. So teach them to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 measures of that. Then we're just gonna take everything and move it closer to the floor by 1 string. So open D string here, right there. And then instead of having your finger on string number 4, you're gonna move it to string number 3. Okay, so we were here, and we went to here. Okay, and we're gonna do that for 2 measures. So after we do the last one of 1, 2, 3, 4, go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back to where we started. Open 5th string. 1st finger, 2nd fret on the 4th string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna go move it up closer to you. So first time we started here, moved it closer to the floor. Then we went back. Now we're gonna move it closer to you. So this open, the big string, the one closest to you, open. And then your finger, 2nd fret there. 2nd fret there. So on the 5th string. And you're gonna play just these 2 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got that, and you can actually kind of sing some songs along to it, right? Like, it's not totally finished yet, but this is something most people can handle early in a first lesson. So like you could try to, show them Chuck Berry. I don't know, does anybody know who Chuck Berry is right now? Chuck Berry was somebody that we knew when I was a kid. Maybe people don't know him now. Chuck Berry was like my original guitar hero. He was so much bigger than Elvis to me as a kid because he was a rock guitarist. He was like the first one. All right, so again, I talk a lot, I get off track, but like Johnny B. Goode is played, Chuck Berry always played all his songs in weird keys, E flat, A flat. Most people simplify Johnny B. Goode and play it in A, so it'd be like deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, back up in the woods among the evergreens. Change the chords. There stood a log cabin made of earth and wood. Go back to the first one. Where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Goode. And now bring it up closer to us. Who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play a guitar just like a ringing a bell. So that song is just 12-bar blues pattern. So what makes it sound more like what we're used to on the records, where we're doing this? So we're going from the 5th to the 6th. See if I can, there's gotta be a way to, all right, there we go. So here we go, we're starting off with A here, right? A, and then our finger here on the 4th string, and then we're gonna put our 3rd finger here on the 4th fret. Okay, we got that? So we're going, and then we're going to switch it up. We're going to go away from us, 1 set of strings. And then bring it toward us. All right, so I'm sitting here playing this thing like a cello. All right, so what does that mean? What can we do once we're changing it up like that, right? So for one thing, it just sounds more like things we've heard on records. But so Johnny B. Goode was one thing you can do. You can also maybe introduce them to the idea of palm muting, and that's taking the palm of your hand, placing it on the strings here, but just a little bit. And so instead of ringing out like this, you're muting the sound a little bit. songs can you play with this? This is probably sort of jogging your memory about maybe dozens of songs that you've heard. Like, didn't Steve Miller, I think? Leaving home out on the road, I've been down before. Riding along on this big old jet plane, I've been thinking about my home. So it's just all over in rock and roll. And then I just give them examples. I mean, they're probably all out of date. Do people listen to rock and roll? I don't know. But things that I would show them would be like the Beach Boys. So it'd be like, she got her daddy's car and she cruised to the hamburger stand now. Seems she forgot all about the library like she told her old man now. And with the radio blasting goes cruising just as fast as she can now. And she'll have fun till her daddy takes her T-Bird away. That one gives you a chance to work in. There's one extra chord here. This could be baby's first power chord. So what we did there was we did this, maybe a lot for a first lesson, but you know, you can cover it on lesson number 2. And then power chords are the way we sort of, people talk bad about them like it's dumbing down guitar to play power chords. But it's really not. I mean, rock and roll is based on power chords because of the way an electric guitar interacts with the amp. If you try to play full chords, a lot of times it sounds bad, and you end up having to play power chords. So, but those songs, and then you can even change it up a little bit here with by syncopating that move from the 5th to the 6th. You say you want a revolution. Change the world. So talk to the student, see if they know one of these songs. Give them something to practice. Kids will work a long time to learn a song that's familiar to them and that they can show off. So that's the first thing I would show kids. Just give them a song. Always start off with some kind of song. Give the kid something to look forward to on a lesson. When I was a kid, man, I mean, I couldn't afford lessons, but my friends would describe their lessons to me, and they would just sit there at Joe Bob's School of Music, and somebody would put them through the Mel Bay method books, and man, it's a wonder they even stuck with the instrument. So learn real songs. I'll probably try and teach some other simple stuff, and then as my hand recovers, I'll try doing maybe some performance on guitar. But yeah, this is bad. Like, honestly, I can't really feel my 4th finger at all. I only have like half sensation in my ring finger. So I'm not playing much these days. I'm not very sharp, but almost anybody can play this. Have a good time, everybody. We'll see you later.